As a cyclist, you probably check your heart rate to get faster. I check mine to stay alive. 12 years ago, I had a heart attack. In 2 months' time, I'm riding 375 miles over 10 days across Senegal. In this video, I share the 5 rules that I follow that keep me on the bike. If you've been following this series, and where have you been if you haven't, you'll know that I'm training for the Black Unity bike ride. 375 miles, or just over 600 kilometers, over 10 days across Senegal. Today, I want to talk about the fundamentals of how I train, because for me, training is more than about fitness. It's absolutely about safety. After my heart attack, I had to rethink what pushing myself even meant. My doctors never said stop. They did say, be smart. Over the past decade, I've built a framework, my rules for training as a cardiac survivor. I'm sharing them because when I was recovering, I couldn't find anyone online who looked like me, talked like me, or was doing what I wanted to do. Now, I do need to say this, I'm not a medical professional and nothing in this video should be taken as medical advice. So always consult your medical professional in a hospital, or your local medical practice, if you live with a heart condition and you're thinking about regular and intensive exercise. Before I talk about the rules, let me start with the gear and one piece of kit in particular. This is my chest strap. For some people, a wrist sensor works. My experience is that they're just not accurate enough when it really matters. In the outdoors, my sensor talks directly to my bike computer. When I'm indoors, it talks directly to Zwift. Either way, I get real-time heart rate data. Here's what my display looks like during a ride. The heart rate is in the top left-hand corner there with a little symbol next to it. And the colors that you can see in the lightning bolt represent the different training zones. For most cyclists, zones are about performance. For me, zones are about boundaries. They are important, but the rules are where it really gets personal. On every ride, my heart rate is the number that I check more than any other. That makes all 5 rules important. Some are about how I ride, others are about how I live. Rule 1, respect your limits. I never cross my maximum heart rate threshold, ever. It doesn't matter if I'm in a Zwift race and there's someone about to overtake me. It doesn't matter if there's a hill coming up and my pride says push harder. The ceiling is the ceiling. Mine is 156 beats per minute and I've never crossed it. Now, I'm competitive with myself. I like to be the best that I can and I want to improve. My build lends itself to sprinting and that's where I can be tempted to push it, especially on Zwift. But the bottom line is that the ride that I don't finish is worth less than the ride I survive. So I keep things in check. Rule number 2, zone 2 is your friend. I'm about a third of the way through the workout. Heart rate is 106, which is firmly zone 2 territory. Power is 130, again, firmly zone 2 territory. And able to speak comfortably if I were having a conversation out on the street. So that's a demonstration of zone 2. The value of zone 2 is that it builds aerobic fitness without stressing the heart. Does it get boring sometimes? Maybe, but boring keeps me riding year after year. Rule number 3, listen before you ride. Every morning I check in with my body before I check my training plan. How did I sleep? What's my resting heart rate? Do I feel stressed? If 2 or more of the answers are not great, I scale back. No guilt. The training plan serves me. I don't serve the training plan. Rule number 4, take your meds. A very stern consultant drilled this into me before I left hospital 12 years ago. And trust me when I say that I have followed that advice. Over the last decade, I can recall a number of occasions I've left for a ride without taking my meds on the fingers of one hand. On those occasions, my heart rate has been a good 10 beats per minute higher. I've taken it easy on those rides. But that's enough of a reminder. I always take my meds. Rule number 5, watch your weight and diet. I'm a heavier rider, currently mid-90s kilograms, and I've been heavyset since my school days. That means that the holy trinity of weight, diet and exercise is one that I work hard to balance. Truth is, the older I get, the more I have to work at it. The last few years have been good, but I can't take anything for granted. Those are the 5 rules I observe. They've supported me well over the last decade of riding, and they'll support me well in Senegal. Speaking of which, a quick update on how my training's progressed over the last week. First up was the Stage 3 Zwift Games race Cobbled Crown, the longest and hilliest route so far. And less said about this one, the better. This is the field riding away from me at the start. Didn't get my camera game sorted in time to be ready for the off. Oh well. Got through the route, overtook a few people along the way, and as I've said before, I'm using the races as an intensity training rather than something that I'm going to win. Still, a bit disappointing, but never mind. Next up, a steady Zone 2 ride around the Twilight Harbour route. Pretty happy with this one. Kept my average heart rate within Zone 2 at the upper end and completed 3 laps of the circuit within an hour, so a decent pace kept. Good endurance miles in the bank. Then, on Saturday, a structured Zone 2 workout using the Sand and Sequoia routes, and an opportunity to get a solid couple of hours in on the bike, completed 50 kilometres. The value here is that 2 hours of Zwift is a decent shift and good for adjusting to long hours in the saddle that I'll be encountering in Senegal. Again, very happy with this one. Those rides added up to 117 kilometres, so a little over 70 miles. Fine as far as it goes, though in truth I needed another 25 kilometres or so to be on track with my training plan, which suggests a target of around 140 kilometres. That will mean building up the miles starting from next week. If you're someone who's been told to slow down or to stop or to be careful, I hear you. I've been hearing that for a decade and more, and I'm still here, still riding, still proving that age, medical history and background don't limit where you can go. If that message means something to you, subscribe and come with me on this road to Senegal. I'd love to read your rules for riding and living after a major health incident. Do drop a note in the comments or ask me anything about what I do. Next week sees a shift in focus. I start stepping up the miles and I get back on the road. Be great to see you again. Don't forget the links in the description to find out more about Black Unity Bike Ride and to support our fundraising for the Banula Bar Foundation. Anything you can give will make a difference, and you'll have my eternal thanks. This is Fitz signing off. Keep riding, and I'll see you in the next one. Click on the video that YouTube recommends to follow my road to Senegal from the very start.